Hello and welcome to the preview show from RamsTV, live from Pride Park Stadium. Derby County bowed out of the FA Cup on Monday night, which means from here on in, it is all about the league campaign for the Rams. And it is still all to play for Derby, with four months of the League One season left to come. Today, Derby host Morecambe for the first time here at Pride Park Stadium. Here is how the table is shaping up. Well, Derby have moved within 4 points of Ipswich Town, 8 of Sheffield Wednesday and 11 behind leaders Plymouth. Goal difference keeps Derby just above Bolton, who have played more games than the rest of the top 6. And a 5-point gap has now opened up between Barnsley in 6th and Wickham, who are 7th. Lots to come on Morecambe later, but the main thing to know about today's visitors is the run of 4 wins out of 5 games has seen them move out of the relegation zone. They only have a 2-point cushion though, and Accrington Stanley in particular have games in hand. And the next few weeks could be really big for Morecambe as a football club. They have a takeover that is expected to come through in the coming days. More on them a little bit later, as I say. But for Derby, it's a game against Morecambe here at Pride Park for the first time. And there should be some new faces in the squad. Paul Warne making another addition on deadline day. Harvey White arriving on loan from Spurs.
Yeah, good. He trained today, really good. Obviously losing Birdie, the bottom of the 3. He's a perfect replacement, so really lucky to get him, convince him to come, so great. Really pleased with him, looks a really good footballer. Another left footer, we seem to love signing left footers here. So yeah, good kid. He looks a little bit too close to Sibs for my liking. They're sort of like, not brothers, but you know, could have shared one parent, let me just put it out there like that. They are quite similar, but hopefully he'll be better at the crossword.
And just on Max Bird, what's the latest on him?
He had a scan, he's got 2B, so he'll be out for minimum 4 weeks, which was my educated guess when I said 4 to 6 weeks. So, but excuse me, what I do know with Birdie is that he'll be determined to get back really quick, and he'll give himself the best chance he can.
What sort of a headache does that cause you when you try and pick a team on Saturday without him? I think you said gladiators is the word that you've used to describe Max Bird for you.
Yeah, it's a massive blow. In fairness though, every injury is a massive blow. If Didsy's injured, Cash is injured, like just recently we've had one of the big dogs injured. So it's always a blow, but that's just part of it, and that's why you carry 20 players, because of that exact reason. And I knew that, I didn't know, but I guessed that Max would be out for a period of time, hence why I brought Harvey in. And I said it to Harvey on the FaceTime call that, look, you know, this is the reason why I want you to come and play. And I love Birdie. However, if you play well and the team are doing well, you're fine. Birdie has to fight hard to get back in. So it is a problem, but it's, you know, if you've got to be successful, you're going to have to come over a few things. But ideally, the same, you know, 8-9 players play regularly, and that's really what drives success. You mentioned a couple of the injury issues you've had recently. How is everyone ahead of the weekend? Yeah, brilliant. Everyone's really good. So in fairness, it feels like I've had a good transfer window because I've got Cash back, Sibs back and Didsey back. So in fairness, if you'd offered me them three last in the transfer window, I'd have took them. So yeah, everyone else is really good. Obviously Chesy's out still, but working well, and just Birdie. So I'm lucky I've got a full, nearly a full complement. Just to sort of draw a line under the transfer window, I think you said early on you'd have been happy with the group that you had at the end, which is what you've got, plus a couple more. Are you satisfied with the window? Nice way to ask me. I mean, my political answer is, yeah, I'm really satisfied, buzzing. My honest answer is, I would have liked more, but who wouldn't? And that's the honest thing. So look, I said to the players, you know, today about I'm buzzing that they're all here. I've done a little thing about how many games we've got left, how many training days we've got left, and I'm buzzing that group's there. So look, however, who doesn't want more? Every manager in the world would want more. But what I can say that, and I said it at the start of the window, I think that I'm not just going to sign players for players' sake. It's absolutely pointless. If they're not going to improve us or make us better, I'm not going to sign them. If they're not going to you know, come here and work hard and buy into it, and I'm not interested. I'm not begging people to come. And also, I don't think, respectfully, League One have made any signings that I thought, oh, do you know what? He'd have made us so much better. It's not like we've missed anyone. The ones we attempted to get in that I've got, and there's a couple that I tried to, but it wasn't to be. So. Yeah, no shame. I think everyone worked as hard as they could in the window. But yeah, if I could have signed, you know, Messi up front, then I wouldn't have took it because I don't think he presses like he used to, but I might have took someone else. So overall, pretty pleased. But as always, could be better. On to Saturday. You're going for your 6th straight win in the league. That is some record, some run you're on, isn't it? Yeah, in fairness to Morecambe, they've won 4 out of 5 as well. So they're on a really good run. We are on a good run, I agree, although we lost against West Ham, no shame in that, but we are on a good run, but you just got to get back to it. I said to the lads today, like, if I offered you this at the start of the season, you had 19 games left, you're in this position, you know, the transition, everything this club's been through, you'd have taken it, and they obviously agreed. So we're 19 games back, who knows? We've just got to try and chase the 3rd. I'm not worried about, you know, teams below us, respectfully. They could catch us and put us in 7th. That's just how life is. But I just want to dream big. Let's just try and get down to 3rd. Can we chase 3rd? And we could win Saturday, Ipswich could lose, all of a sudden, wow. Or it could obviously go the other complete way, and you're like, ooh. But we're in a good position. The lads are in a good place. They're desperate for success, which is like priceless. And they're well prepared already for the game on Saturday. So we just have to be at our best to win, as we will in every game. And there he is, Derby boss Paul Warne. His side looking to make it 15 unbeaten in the league today. What a run they are on just at the moment. They've already faced Morecambe once in that time. The draw at the Mazuma Stadium back in November was game number 3 of their unbeaten streak. And as we've just been hearing from the boss, Derby were able to bring in some reinforcements in January. And if you haven't had a chance to get to know them yet, here's one now.
As soon as I came in, got a nice handshake off of all of them. My head's kind of turning around all over the place, but it's been nothing but warm welcomes, and I'm just really excited. Is it quite a lot to take in when you arrived this morning? Oh, definitely, especially because it's like my first time being in a new environment. I've been at Norwich since a young age, so coming somewhere new is quite hard. But at the same time, like I said, all the coaches have been really good with me, really comforting, really welcoming, so couldn't have asked for anything more. All positive. That came about a couple of days ago, so I've had some really good conversations with the gaffer and with Andy, the goalkeeper coach. So yeah, it was as soon as I obviously found out about it that it was a possibility. It was something that I wanted to get done as soon as possible, and luckily that's happened.
How did those conversations go? How did this move come about for you?
So obviously my time at Forest Green came to a halt pretty quickly. So as soon as kind of that happened, we knew that to look for other options and things like that. So the past 2-3 days, when I found out obviously the club were interested, we pushed that as soon as we could to try and get that done as quickly as possible.
Well, yeah. Obviously got up this morning. I didn't know much about it. Just obviously knew deadline days, hoping something will happen. Went to the training ground at Tottenham about midday, and probably within half an hour from here in Derby, we're interested, to then leaving to travel up here, all within half an hour. Spoke to the manager on the phone, and kind of went from there. His words were very good. Obviously, I know Derby are a massive club, and as soon as I got the interest, I couldn't say no, really.
And nice to hear from the new boys there. Luke McGee, by the way, is available today. He was cup-tied for the game against West Ham on Monday night. Could well see Harvey White in the squad for the first time as well. What about Morecambe? They had a busy January as well, but maybe not quite in the way that the manager wanted. Things are looking up for the Lancashire side just at the moment. A takeover potentially on the way, and they've dragged themselves out of the relegation zone as well. Here is the manager, Derek Adams.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a very good window from the point of view. We've had 4 players come in and 5 go out. And, as head of the football department, it's always a stressful month. And that being, financially as well, going into the window, we didn't have any money financially. Going out of it, we do have money, which I didn't really want to have, but we have because we were unable to find a suitable person to come in to be the 5th member. But as we went into the month of January, I speak to my head of recruitment. He gives me a list of players, the positions that I want, and then it's up to me to pick the players out of that positions and look at how we can afford to go forward. There's some players he does gives me that we can't afford, and it's up to me to help and assist the owner, the board of directors, to have the finances in check and to be within budget. And we've come out of the January window in profit, so we've got money to spend between now and the end of the season that will enable us to possibly take in another player.
Yeah, because it's not all over yet, is it? The window closes, but if someone's out of contract, potentially they're available, aren't they?
That's correct. Someone might have been paid up on the 31st of January, and they're looking for a new club. There's a number of these players about. We just couldn't get the right type of player and profile in before the window closed at the end of January.
Derby away, big club, big stadium, big support, big travelling support as well. Is it about turning that home form into away results now?
Yeah, I mean, it is, but we go to a team that before the game against West Ham, they went 19 games unbeaten, and we understand the size of the football club. We did ever so well here in the first game to get a draw, but we go there off a 5-1 win. We know we can create chances. Yes, we'll have to be defensively good on our day because they're very strong in that area, but we've got players that can hurt them, but we'll have to be excellent on the day.
Without being negative, is it about protecting your goal difference, which you have now recovered with the 5-1 victory after the 4-0 defeat? Does that come into your mind at all?
It always does come into your mind. It's about how we can get the goal difference down, and we've been able to do that dramatically of late and keep it down and keep it moving in the right direction. The only way you can do that is to win football matches. You can't do it with drawing games. You just need to win football matches and score goals, and that's what we've done.
There's the Morecambe boss, Derek Adams. They are out of danger, at least for now, although we should say that their away record this season is absolutely dreadful. As for Derby, looking to make it 15 unbeaten in the league today. Their unbeaten run in all competitions was ended by West Ham in the FA Cup on Monday, but still a night to remember for Derby defender Hayden Roberts.
Definitely, yeah. It was a great occasion to be involved in. FA Cup on TV, under the lights at Pride Park, 25,000, that's what you dream of doing when you're a kid. So to be part of it, I was grateful to start, play the full 90. We set up to win the game. Unfortunately, we didn't, but I think there was a lot of positives to take from it. But it's definitely the type of game, the opposition you want to be a part of.
When you see the calibre of player and Mikel Antonio, Jared Bowen, the list goes on and on and on. Is that daunting at all for you?
Nah, not really. That's where you want to be, and that's the position you want to be, and you want people to look at you like that. They're great players, and I think we've done well. Again, they showed their quality.
You had that experience, you played at Anfield as well. I mean, if nothing else, you're going to take some brilliant experiences away from this season.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, they're the games you want to be involved in. Cup games against Premier League sides, best players in the world. You know, the Premier League is the best league in the world, so you know you want to see where you are compared to them. And yeah, as a team, I think we've done really well.
What sort of feedback are you getting from Brighton? How closely are they staying in touch with you?
To be honest, like, there's not a lot of feedback, but you know, the most important feedback I get is from the coaches, my teammates, because I'm a Derby player. Like I said before, I see myself as a Derby player, not a player from Brighton on loan. I feel part of the club, and yeah, I just want to be successful here.
There's been a few new signings over the last month or so with the January transfer window. Is it nice to welcome new faces in and not be the new boy, I suppose?
To be honest, it's great to meet new people, and they're great players as well. So yeah, that tops it off. You know, like myself, the team is very welcoming. So it's an easy transition from whatever club you come from. You've got great characters. So it's easy to settle in.
You're back in the team at the moment. You have had a couple of weeks where you weren't in the side. Is part of being here, and is that part of your learning experience as well?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's part of football. You know, the biggest thing I've learned from this loan and experiences, you know, not to get too high, not to get too low, find that baseline, because, you know, football can change quick. You can be on top of the world and then a day later get injured. So, you know, you just got to take the experience, whether that's playing West Ham or hopefully playing against Morecambe. You just got to appreciate the game, play like it's your last, and just enjoy the moment, but not to get caught in the emotion of whatever happens.
That's Hayden Roberts. Here's your lineup in League One this afternoon. Everyone in action, haven't said that for a while. Ipswich are away at Cambridge, Barnsley go to Portsmouth, but there's no doubting the big game of the day. It's at Hillsborough, where second place Sheffield Wednesday host the leaders Plymouth. So it could well be a big day at the top of League One, and hopefully Derby will continue to move in the right direction. Overseas viewers can watch the Rams take on Morecambe here at Pride Park for the very first time on RamsTV this afternoon. Get your match pass now at the website dcfc.co.uk. Matchday Live with Sean Barker alongside with you from 2:30 as always. Goodbye.